Hey, what's happening, Spider friends? Welcome back to Marvel's Spider-Man, and we're wearing the homemade suit, which we got from collecting all the book bags, finally.
Oh my gosh,
and today is the research missions. Yay! In the comment section below, tell us your least favorite research mission, and your favorite if you have one. And don't forget to Spidey thwip that like button.
Thwip.
As we swing into action with another exciting Spider-Man episode.
Excelsior!
And not much info is known about this suit. It's of course worn by Spider-Man in Homecoming as his first ever spider suit before getting something from Tony Stark.
Oh yeah.
Which basically was the Civil War Spidey suit.
He looks weird. He's got goggles and a hoodie.
And he's also wearing like grandpa knee socks that are bright red to cover his either sneakers or something else.
That is funny.
It's, you know...
It's kind of cute, actually. The suit is kind of cool looking, but it definitely doesn't look very good compared to Spider-Man's suit.
Now, it's unknown if this is the suit that he wore when he did that wrestling thing to win money.
Yeah, it could be.
Because they don't really talk about a lot what happened to Uncle Ben in Spider-Man Homecoming. I don't know if they're going to expand upon that in Spider-Man Far From Home, or, you know, they were trying to get Tobey Maguire to play Uncle Ben since,
yeah, I heard that.
But he turned it down. He was like, nah.
That's weird. I don't know why he would turn it down.
I don't know, but the next big push that people are trying to do
those rocket backpacks are pretty awesome.
is they want him to come back to do a Spider-Man 4 with an older Spider-Man because they want to beat DC to the whole Batman Beyond thing. So, they want to do like I believe it's a Miguel, or not Miguel, sorry. They want to kind of do what they're doing with the Spider-Verse movie. Like have Peter train Miles. Or they're also talking about the Last Stand Spider-Man movie.
Cool.
With Tobey. So either Tobey as Miles' trainer in that universe, or
be careful in here, Pete.
some other stuff.
Station analyzes hazardous chemicals, basically trying to figure out how to counteract them if they ever got out into the world, which hopefully they never will. Oh no. Someone broke in and stole a volatile rocket propellant.
Bum.
They must have cracked the container because it's leaking. From the timestamp on the security cameras, it just happened. I need to get it back. My spider bots are still just prototypes, but this is a good time to test one. Its sensors can follow the chemical trail. Better than me swinging up on the thief. If he freaks out and drops the hydrazine, he'll blow up half a block. Gotta find a quiet... Okay, little guy. Let's find where the chemical dripped and vacuum it up.
You're a spider robot.
Yep, there's a couple of these missions where you use the spider robot, but
Not only is Mini-Me cleaning up the spills, it's leading me right to the thief.
it changes up the gameplay a little bit. People's complaints about this in their reviews, when in the Batman games, all the gadgets you can use whenever you want to solve puzzles or in combat or whatever. Spider-Man's gadgets...
In crowds. I'll disperse him with a subsonic blast. Won't hurt anyone, but it's super annoying.
They show up basically for like mini games, kind of.
Yeah, like you can only use them at certain designated times.
This stuff's
Exactly.
only dangerous over a long exposure.
So it's kind of unrealistic.
There's also one level where Spider-Man gets a cool power-up where he turns invisible completely, but it's only for a research mission.
Maybe not.
I see what they're saying, because it's like, if you really have this gadget and you're Spider-Man, then you should be able to use it at any time. But you can't, so it's unrealistic.
It's just designated areas that he uses it. He makes up an excuse, kind of like how they close off places in Gotham.
He's in this crowd.
Like,
Time to smoke him out.
he
Gotta wrap him up in a web burst.
he says the gadget is expensive, or he ends up losing a spider bot. So I mean,
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Now to get the fuel back.
Time to surprise everybody. I love how they drop sometimes. They get scared when he drops
Now I
them.
just need to return the fuel to the station.
Okay.
This little spider bot's useful.
Well,
If I can ever find a way to make him cost effective, it'd be a big help.
Which means you're not going to get to use it in
use
game.
it very much.
So I mean, they have clever ways of hiding this kind of stuff.
Cost effective, quote unquote. Yeah.
But in reality, the research missions, they kind of drag this game down, and they're not really necessary at all. Like, they're just fun little mini games.
I guess it like mixes up the gameplay if you're getting super bored at the end
Chemicals
of
back where
everything.
it belongs. I beefed up the station security and sent Yuri the camera footage to convict the thief.
The web-slinging and
This is one
combat...
station that was
Oh,
already
shut
earning its
up!
keep. It should be safe from being shut down, especially now that the chemicals are locked away.
Hate being interrupted. The web-slinging and combat is so well defined in this game that you're never really going to get tired of it, because you could be swinging through the city doing cool acrobatics and running up buildings and, you know, doing awesome tricks, and then all of a sudden some bad guys appear and you have to beat them down. That's after you complete everything 100%. So the web-slinging in this game, it's more satisfying because there's so many things you can do with it, even if it's not, you know, the best use of web-slinging like Spider-Man 2 using the 2 buttons. It's still really fun to go through the game and just randomly swing through the city.
Yeah, definitely.
But the side missions and these, they're just kind of... They're not icing on the cake. They're just kind of an annoyance that you have to do to get 100%.
Okay, so this station collects overflow data from all the others. Yeah, God forbid we waste Oscorp's server space. Anyway, do me a favor and make sure it's running smoothly, or everything these stations do is for nothing.
This isn't nearly enough server space. It's close to overloading. That'll trigger a purge, and everything Harry has will be lost. I can't let that happen. Wait. ESU has a backup server near here they never use. That can handle the excess data, but I'll need to realign the transmission dishes to make a link from here to there. Fast.
Huh? Wait, we have
The
to
active
back up our
receiver's easy
data?
Just have to... Okay, now to find another link in the array.
Alright,
Just have to keep doing that.
So, this quest, pretty much, Jay Shockblast hates this.
What's taking up all that space on Harry's servers? Looked like DNA sequencing, but that seems beyond the scope of the research stations.
I was talking to Jay about this, actually. He doesn't like the one where there's, like, lightning that strikes you, because they redo this one later, and it's during a lightning storm.
No matter what's on the server, if it all gets erased.
So as you're sitting on the dishes, you get electrocuted. And it's not timed, but Spidey can only take a couple hits from lightning blasts, which is weird. He wouldn't be able to take any, but okay.
Yeah, like how many lightning blasts can anyone take? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but this repeats at least once or twice, like this mini game where you have to align the different radar dishes.
Well, I mean, I guess if people got really bored of web slinging towards the end and stuff, then they would do all these weird missions to make... But it feels like if you really like doing all these puzzle games, you just play a puzzle game instead of... I don't know.
I feel that, I mean, Arkham's puzzles, they were important to the plot. You know, they didn't feel like... And there was no skip button.
Should be in view of the ESU
So, I mean,
server now.
they spent a lot of time with the puzzles. There were some puzzles in those games I hated. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The Mad Hatter diffusing bombs thing, stupid.
Got it. Now I can initiate the data transfer if I hurry.
But nothing in this game caused me to rage. Like, it's not... It's a very easy game to play. Like, anybody can pick up and play this game. Also, it's gonna sell a lot better than some of the Arkham games because of its T rating.
Marbles.
It's more accessible.
It's working.
Yep.
Which is good, because superhero games, I don't believe they should be M-rated unless they're Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I really
Everything
feel...
stored successfully. Should be fine until I have Norman assign Harry some more server space. And he'll be glad to when he sees what the stations have been doing.
You done with your spider narration? Good boy. So, I really feel like they, this game shouldn't have got a T rating, though, because there's some stuff in this game that kind of stretches the envelope.
Definitely.
And it feels like Sony, like, you know, slid the ESRB, like, a envelope full of money to just have them look the other way.
Yeah, especially in the story, there was some stuff that was really disturbing to watch, and I felt like they didn't even... That violent stuff would have gotten an M rating if it was an Arkham game.
Oh, just as the amount of swearing alone is enough for an M-rated game. Like, this game, we've had some parents email us because of, you know, putting this game on the channel, and I told them that, you know, superhero games we cover can't really help about the content in this game. We did do some censorship for some of the more extreme stuff.
Yeah. I mean, right now, mainly web slinging isn't that bad, but...
Alright, I need to do something. So we're gonna go after these guys. Woohoo! Homemade Spidey.
Well, thank you. We're getting back to the parents and stuff.
Huh?
Oh, that's nice. You got back to the parents. I'm really bad with that.
Well, Tony gives me lots of emails that we get from people. Mostly, oh, we can't find your videos, and you know, I don't, I don't feel comfortable with my kid watching your Arkham stuff.
But our Arkham stuff isn't on this channel.
I get chastised for it being on the other channel. Like, they're like, oh, my child migrated over to your other channel and I didn't like the content I saw. It's
that's
like,
why we have 2 channels.
Yeah.
I don't
You just
really
can't please some
understand
people.
Why most YouTubers actually just have everything on one channel. We're actually losing views because we have 2
We're losing views and money for having a separate channel. Because it's impossible to grow multiple channels.
Yeah, even though it's actually hurting our views and our income, we still do it to try to keep people safe, yet they still criticize us, so there's really nothing.
Personally, I love the little censorship thing we did. I really thought about where Mary Jane and Peter kiss, just like in the Freakazoid episode where, you know, he beats up, you know, the Dry Eyes guy for censoring the kiss. I really thought about censoring the kiss just as a joke by playing Relaxo Vision, but...
Yeah, but people would probably be so mad.
Also, we got a false copyright claim. Well, actually, no, it's a legit copyright claim by the Pirates of the Caribbean people for saying that we used the He's a Pirate theme in that one Kingdom Hearts episode, but I disputed their claim and told them that's actually an arrangement from the Kingdom Hearts game, but they still won't release the claim. Because they're saying, nope, that is definitely from our film, and it's like, no, it's not. It's the arrangement that they made, because they redid the music for Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, like 2.5, because the original PS2 He's a Pirate is very MIDI sounding. So one of the great things about the Kingdom Hearts collection is they went through and they redid all the music for that game.
Right.
Like Kingdom Hearts 1 through 2.
They can't even tell what their own music is.
Nope. But it's not. It's from the soundtrack of Kingdom Hearts. Well, and if you listen to them side by side, the comparison to He's a Pirate, the Kingdom Hearts version from Kingdom Hearts 2, and He's a Pirate from the Pirates of the Caribbean movie, the music is completely, like, it sounds different.
Totally different. Yeah, so maybe they should have a composer actually be the one to flag those videos.
5 people flagged it.
Because if you just have a PR person, they're not going to really understand music very well.
This lab monitors the health of marine life, and we've got a bunch of medicine on site if you need it. But the effects these diseases have, they are not something any living creature should go through.
Looks like there's a bacterial infection in the fish. I better take care of it before the food supply's contaminated.
Spider veterinarian!
Spray in the lab that should heal the fish. I just need to spray it over the water. And fast before people start getting sick.
I don't blame you, honey. A lot of this stuff gets really boring.
No, I just have a question.
After Spider dialogue.
Just call me your friendly neighborhood garbage man.
Yeah, he's throwing chemicals out of the water onto land.
Smarter than some of the guys I usually fight.
Well, yeah, that's one weird thing. Well, I guess it's not in the food supply, but still, wouldn't it affect...
It would affect anybody that walked by. Like...
It's weird. Okay, but I have a question about Harry.
Okay, real quick.
So how are you talking to Harry right now?
Those are all pre-recorded messages.
Why are you listening to Harry's...
Perfect spot to spray.
Because
Harry left you random messages?
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were talking to him in real time. I was
no.
If I spread it evenly, the water currents will take it far and wide.
Okay, so right now, we're basically spraying fish.
Because I was gonna say, how could you talk to Harry if he's in Europe?
No, it's all pre-recorded, honey. He left messages. Think like an answering machine.
Yeah, I see.
Every time Peter opens one of those research labs, like, he gets a little email.
This fish will spread it to other fish, which is
sorry.
good. There's not much for me to swing from further out.
Yeah.
Just on the water currents. There's another area I need to hit.
Spider veterinarian. So basically what we're doing is we're using a chemical compound to make fish not sick so that when people eat the fish, they don't get, like, sick or something. I don't know.
Actually, this is something that I learned about in my cooking stuff.
I'll get rid of them.
with contaminated fish and stuff.
Great thing about barrels, they don't shoot at me.
So, like, there are some diseases that you can cook out of
The
food.
downside is, I don't think these barrels appreciate my quips.
There are some that you can't. So, if you get fish from contaminated water, then no matter how much you cook the fish, it will not come out in some diseases. So you have to, that's why you always have to buy fish from reputable sources and make sure you always get it from clean water.
Right. So what he's doing, which wouldn't work, but it works in the world of comic books, is he's putting in a special chemical for the fish to eat that gets rid of the chemical that they ate.
That doesn't make any sense because once they ate
Clear
it,
to spray.
they'd probably be sick already.
See these little green icon things, the circles? This is where we're supposed to disperse the vaccine. And there's a couple more of these missions where you have to disperse the vaccine, although they changed the area. I believe the next time we have to use it is to save pigeons.
Calls this into Jameson as Spiderman. Water
Yeah.
polluter.
And
Nobody ever calls this in, actually. I've listened to the JJ stuff. This would be funny, like, because JJ could actually have a field day, like, talking all week about what was the stuff that Spider-Man was spraying in the water.
Yeah, he sprayed stuff in the water without permission. You'd probably have to get legal permission to do that.
Well, by the standards of the docks. We stopped an outbreak before it started. It'll be tough for Oscorp to argue this station isn't pulling its weight.
And then he goes and he completes these things, and then he will update that research area. Alright, so yeah. Spider Veterinarian, he has to do that a couple times, and all those research notes that we took, they'll go to Harry's little thing, and whenever a scientist decides to go there, they'll have all the information.
How does Peter know everything about everything, though? He knows about fish contamination, he knows about...
He's a scientist, Amber. That means he's qualified in every field.
But I thought scientists usually actually only study one very particular field. 'Cause
They do.
So how could he know about every...
It's a video game.
Because
That's
usually scientists like center around one tiny thing that they're really good at. Like it's impossible.
also
to
Peter he's one of the smartest people in the Marvel universe. He's not the smartest. He's one of the smartest.
Iron Man is
New
probably
York
the
without a
smartest.
seedy drug deal.
Actually, it's between Iron Man and Hank Pym.
Oh yeah, Hank Pym is super smart. I forgot.
Because remember, it wasn't Iron Man that created Ultron. That was just in the MCU. That was Hank.
Whoa. Yeah, because Hank Pym actually...
Created Pym particles.
And he can go into, like, the subatomic realm.
Yep.
Which I don't think Iron Man knows.
But another really smart person who they haven't had appear in the MCU yet is Reed Richards. Mr. Fantastic is also one of the smartest people.
I forgot about Mr. Fantastic. What did he do again? He made all kinds of sciencey stuff.
Yeah, he makes all kinds of stuff. He also is the one responsible for creating the Negative Zone, which is like a prison where they put really bad super villains, and in Marvel Civil War, it's where they put Captain America's faction.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Why would they treat them like criminals after they've been heroes?
That's why I hate Marvel Civil War. It was poorly written. It's terrible.
It's like, okay, you helped us for so long, but we had a disagreement, so now you're a criminal.
Pretty much.
My anti-drug.
But DC has also had its fair share of terrible stories. New 52 comes to mind. Although, I hear that DC is going to be making bad waves with Dan Dido in charge now. Going to be killing off a lot of iconic characters during something called Heroes in Crisis.
Why? Why would they want to kill off characters?
Also, they just shot Dick Grayson in the head, so he survived, but he forgot his relationship with Batgirl. And convenient, because they were just starting to hit things off again. And he forgot that he was even Nightwing or an orphan. He has a whole new identity now, and a weird scar in his head. So for probably the next 6 months, because Dido hates the Robins. He also put Tim Drake into a mental health facility called The Sanctuary, dealing with post-traumatic stress after coming back to life or whatever.
I just feel like if these superheroes, comic book people, were real people, they would not be able to take the stress of everything these writers do to them.
Well, that's what they were saying, and Tom King the guy responsible for a lot of the Batman stories. He's an ex-CIA guy, so he's been bringing a lot of real-world trauma into the DC universe for about like 5 to 6 years.
I don't want to think about that.
He's like the Marvel guy for DC right now. He's bringing a lot of realism into everything, including espionage stuff. He was also the guy responsible for the Grayson spy books.
I mean, the spy thing is interesting, but I don't want to know the scary stuff the CIA knows. Like,
You mean what the CIA knew about 20 years ago?
Oh, right.
We don't know what they're doing now. This is all stuff that Tom King was involved in like 20, 25 years ago that is pretty scary stuff and makes for interesting stories, but...
I don't want to know. Like, I thought comic books is supposed to be escape from reality and positive.
They stopped being an escape from reality about 10 15 years ago.
I don't want it to be like real life. Real life is
After
sad.
9/11, everything mirrors real world now.
I don't want it to, though, because real life is hard and I want to think about something else.
79, report of a bomb threat.
Alright, so anyway, guys and gals, that does it for the homemade suit and our discussions doing research stuff. Join us next time as we do more research stuff and maybe some random crimes, who knows. Until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. Thanks for watching another Spider-Man. See ya!